in the meta or out of the meta?
I think it's a lot of fun, honestly, having it back in the meta. To me, it's just nice to have a bit of a mix-up, right?
Yeah.
Anytime anything is like a must-pick or a must-ban in the meta, I get a little bit tired of it. There's that fatigue of seeing the same thing again and again and again. So I like seeing that variety. And I'm also a strong believer that, just below the kind of established S tier, there's actually a massive pool of like A tier champions that are just kind of out of reach of being picked in pro. So that is why I think it's a lot of fun to see these mix-ups. And for sometimes people just even realize that even without buffs, sometimes the champion will get a small buff and a patch and people start playing it and they realize, oh, this was actually really good even before. We just didn't necessarily know what matchups and what situations to play it in. So it's always fun to see those mix-ups, and I'm going to be excited to see how he's going to be able to perform, because I think he's been having a solid season.
He's been having a solid season. The only reason I bring it up is because he is the role swap, right, from mid into support. And I always feel like a lot of those role swaps bring some of the more fun picks into the support role. Role swaps in general just bring a lot of fun picks.
Absolutely, and we actually have a lot of them. I mean, Corte Day is an AD role swap. We had Busio lane swapping over from mid, Huhi from mid, Sven from AD. There may be others that I'm not thinking of, but those are the ones that always come to front of mind for me. So it's been a pretty rough trade for Maple.
River focusing down into the bottom lane, but again, the wards are there, and River's going to be walking past that control ward that was placed earlier. Actually, won't even walk past it, so TSM should have some idea where River is, and they'll have the complete picture in just a moment. Still staying hidden for a little bit more in this fog of war. Finally can spawn him out.
Yeah, gonna be spotted. And now it's up to Maple to just kind of like not give it up, not make it too obvious that that he's there. Maple, though, taking a really bad trade, and this is what I'm talking about. With that soul inbound, you get in, you hit that knockup. It starts to become such a winning trade that all Zero can do is run, but Stixxay looking for the all-in!
Ultimate coming out from Stixxay, gets Polymorph, has to wait it out, goes back onto Neo, who he following through, doesn't have a stun. One more spell before he has it primed. Ooh, waiting for it. Flash for Huhi as well, so he tries to time it in, but the spell shield comes in time for Neo.
Yeah, nicely done there by Neo. And honestly, even if the stun landed,
he's to the top side. The rest of Golden Guardians will peel off over to the Rift Herald and look to contest this. Let's look like TSM want to do the same dance that they did last time and try and give an argument for Golden Guardians not to take this, and that argument comes in the call of the Forge God into the air, to the skies. Licorice will go. The Rift Herald will get secured through. Licorice will go down, and First Blood will be secured by TSM. Ember's Divide coming out from Maple, goes after Gory, flashing away. It's gonna be solo, but Gory wants a piece of Maple, even with the low health bar. Got no chance. Maple takes the kill, and Huhi and River make haste. They head right for the exit. They want none of TSM.
Yeah, Chime gonna hit that slow, but it's not gonna be enough, unfortunately. We'll be able to get out of there, but still a great fight from TSM, and now Stixxay on bot side!
Stixxay going for it again, wants the 1v1, will not be able to claim it. Neo shoved right underneath that tower, and Stixxay flexing that authority.
To have anywhere close to the same value as something like a Lulu. This is not a mid lane Annie, who he needs to be getting kills to be getting gold. And Annie's going to struggle, I think, to really contribute in the same way. So they are going to look for this potential engage off the Maokai ult, but
he flashes in with Tibbers, lands it onto Chime. Chime trying to survive, has a lot of health. Gory goes in and takes down Chime. Boogie running away with the Cyclone. Neo following suit. Doesn't have the ultimate, so doesn't have the extra move speed. Has to use the flash to get away as Ale.
Yeah, going to be forced to actually use that flash. So Golden Guardians pushing in. They're looking pretty happy after that one. They grab the dragon, and the force from Huhi does result at least in some kills. Licorice now with the spot onto Boogie, but Maple is coming, and if Licorice over chases, this could go bad for him, so he's got to leave.
Now there's a Gator in this jungle, and here comes Solo. This is so painful, man. The crowd control TSM cannot be denied.
Oh, Licorice getting a little bit too aggressive there, going in blind on this move, trying to actually punish Boogie, but you don't know where Solo is, you don't know where Maple is. Solo, though, could get dove here.
Oh, Solo gonna get dived. Four members of the Guardians surrounding poor Solo will get taken apart. Stixxay will receive the kill.
Yeah, nicely done. They get that kill in the Stixxay's pockets here. They get some more plays down on bot side, so at least they can respond on that bottom side. But big unforced error from Licorice. No shot. He should have been staying around that long. And as a result, he gives up an easy kill. TSM, the TP's going to arrive, but can you actually hold this? Okay. So they will be able to keep it alive. The Herald's You know, not doing as much damage.
Looking over at the monkey in the jungle, has River right next to him. Licorice not too far off. Maybe TSM go for a fight here. Licorice going for the engage, follows through. River on the opposite end. It's going to cut off the rest of TSM and follow through on the charge. Stixxay runs in with the ultimate and pops Maple. A double kill for Stixxay.
Yeah, that's actually huge. The TP wasn't able to be canceled by Solo. We saw that screen and now the stun lands.
Big tippers for Huhi. Sends TSM far away from this tower, but will not claim another kill.
They're not going to be able to quite finish off that kill, but great pressure, great engage here from Golden Guardians. You know, they're playing.
Mid lane priority coming out for them. A 1-2 punch for the Guardians.
Yeah, it's really nicely done. Standard stuff. Grab the Herald, drop it mid, raid his dragon spawning, force that response. And with plates falling, they should be able to crack that tower, and they do. So mid lane tier 1 does fall. You can see, though, the response from TSM is not actually to group to fight it. They're happy to just trade for gold. You can see Azir pushing up on top side. Orin's going to go down towards the bot side, and they're going to look to try to recoup as much gold as possible as they can. They're fine giving up 2 dragons. They may look to fight at the 3rd, or if they're still in a bad spot, potentially could even delay it to the 4th. But they know the longer this game goes, the better they're going to be feeling about their chances.
Cyclone out from Boogie, and there it is, the Emperor's Divide. Gory dealing with so much crowd control is able to play around it. Just Golden Guardians more control position of the map. TSM, they're looking to still get their solo lane at least some sort of gold, some sort of lead ahead. And again, they're not pressured to do it. They can play this game slowly as long as Golden Guardians aren't taking too much. TSM are happy to take a fight right here. Teleport's coming out from both teams. Licorice caught out, a lot of crowd control on the Licorice. Gator can't even get close to Maple. Gory shows up, but Solo is taking the damage and will finally get chopped away. Gory gets the kill on Solo.
They're going to be able to get that kill, but it wasn't about the 2v2. It's the fact that Stixxay and Huhi were roaming first, so they couldn't actually stand and fight this big frontliner in Orin. So we'll see how they can deal with that. It does take time, though, to clear out those saplings safely, so that's going to be difficult. Maple, though, in trouble!
Gory onto Maple, steps away from the ultimate, will slide onto the side. Emperor's Divide comes out, but here comes River. Mid laner picked off, and Team Solo mid down a mid.
Yeah, River going to be able to flash in and get that kill, but at the very least, Maple forces 2 flashes because both
will be ticking quite soon. Same thing for River. So it might be enough time for Golden Guardians to fight their way back in the team fight.
Yeah, I think that Maple thought Gory had his ulti, and it was really close to being back up. Otherwise, I don't think he actually flashes that. Yeah. Solo trying to walk in, clear these brushes, and they're going to look for the engage now.
Through here comes the Cyclone, and the Call of the Forge God to the skies. Licorice will go once again, but will survive his plummet back. Golden Guardians going after the Drake, and they will secure it. Dragon Soul point. How's the team fight going to go, though? Gory steps in, and Gory gets 3, and will decimate Team Solo mid. Guardians finding the win.
Oh my God, Gory! Last chance.
Definitely was. I mean, Golden Guardians, 7.3K in the lead. It's been snowballing right now. Maybe a last chance for TSM found on the truck, but getting chased away immediately as the rest of the Guardians have arrived to lay down TSM. Going after Boogie. The tower no longer exists, friend, and neither does your health bar.
Yeah, and out of all, they get roasted. Golden Guardians has been so fast on these moves. Anytime TSM is trying to look to play towards that side lane, Golden Guardians are really respecting those moves and moving down there as a 5-man squad so incredibly fast. It's already happened multiple times this game. Now they're going to try to push in here, use the tippers to tank up the tower, and they're going to look to try to close this one out very quickly if they can.
Mid lane push coming out for Gory. In the meanwhile, Golden Guardians focusing this bot lane. Inhib tower, it will fall. Inhib is all that remains to finish the objective down here in the bottom lane and transfer to the mid where Gory sets.
Yep, they're going to be able to already knock that one down. You can see top lane.
TSM got to be careful about moving too far forward right here. One ward does go out, should spot out Gory's play. But River still waiting over on that bottom end.
But now Gory doesn't actually have to be risky at all, so TSM are going to try to hard engage.
TSM trying to find another Stixxay, but Stixxay is able to peel back. Call the Forge God goes up, but Stixxay doesn't care if he gets knocked up. There's no members of TSM around him. Licorice flashes over the wall. And it was everything but the kitchen sink thrown by TSM, and they're still empty-handed.
Yeah, and Gory's behind him. This is going to get difficult, but Maple's going to look to preempt the engage. Nice flash
from Gory says no to that. Chime follows through, and so does Boogie. No Cyclone available for Boogie. They're going to try and brute force Gory down. He will say, yes, I want this fight. Almost returns it on the Boogie in the meanwhile.
Yeah, almost knocking him down, but not quite. And that will buy them a little bit of time. But unfortunately, on the other side of the map, it means Soul will be uncontested for Golden Guardian.
Baby.
So going to be able to grab that for themselves. Ocean Soul, it never has to end because you're never really going to be threatened by the damage of this neutral objective once you have that Ocean Soul. Maple going to be forced to TP up here early, so this may be where TSM elect to try to fight.
Your two frontliners, Solo and Boogie, waiting to engage for TSM for what could be the last chance to take a win right here. Here it comes, Call the Forge God. They find Licorice once again. Gory over on the sidelines, goes after Chime. The fight continuing. Solo getting so low, gets a double knockup to go through. Stixay runs low as well, but no one to fall in this team fight just yet.
Yeah, but they did chunk out Stixay quite a bit. And in goes Gory!
Gory onto Chime, gets taken down by Neo. TSM, they found something back off the over-aggression of Golden Guardians.
Yeah, that's disadvantage. There will be opportunities for TSM if they can find that perfect engage. It's just going to be tough to do it because Golden Guardians have saplings everywhere. And even Solo is kind of taking some punishment from it.
Solo eating those right on the chin, getting burned away. A lot of that percentage health damage. Here comes Call the Forge God, lands onto no one.
on the side.
Secured for our Golden Guardians. Boogie looking to bail on out because there's too much damage that the Guardians have brought. Boogie with the Cyclone. Gory follows through. Stixay with the chase on the Chime. Takes him down. He's not a frontliner, but damn, I'd be fooled. Stixay with the triple kill.
What a flash forward from who? He's setting him up. Flash forward, gets the triple stun with the W, and no hesitation from Stixay there. He flashes right on in and mops him up. Golden Guardians march on the Nexus.
Golden Guardians, they fed Stixay 10-0. Right through Dignitas and running through them early. I love Diplex being on the Yone.
Yeah, the Yone definitely very aggressive. I will say I'm a little bit surprised when you're picking it into that Saya. You know, it kind of is designed to help deal with some of that dive, and they are just kind of fully committing to it, but potentially just feeling like it doesn't really matter. It's a great matchup into the Azir. This is something that we saw quite a bit last year in the LCS and abroad, where a lot of people really are enjoying this matchup. You know, once you get a few levels under your belt as that Yone, you just E forward, you start trading with the Azir, and the Azir doesn't really have a lot of recourse. You can't actually take those trades. You're just kind of forced to just go back defensive, just try to shuffle away. If you spend the ult on the Yone, he just snaps back to his shadow. It's very, very easy to kind of threaten these aggressive trades constantly and chip away at that Azir. And if he gets too low, you can look for the all-in with the ultimate, of course. So a lot of ways for Cloud9, I think, to play this out. But at the end of the day, a lot of pressure here on Berserker and Sven, I think, to have a pretty good early stage of the game, because that is really where most of the consistent damage is going to come from in this composition is Berserker.
Let's see if Dignitas can turn around their season and begin it right now with that support coming in. Finally, the issues resolved. Ignar will be there and try and provide some level of engage for Dignitas as we hit the Rift.
Yeah, I'm so interested to see where Santorin is going to be pathing. I think a lot of this game is going to be about what he can get done early on, because if you're playing against this Lucian Nami, and I think if Ignar so Armlet has done a good job actually setting this wave up right as this crashes. They want to try to pull off that dive, and hopefully for them, before Fudge actually hits 3, Fudge has got to try to stay this safe as much as he can. I think he's going to have to leave.
Coming in for the dive right now, leading it's going to be Santorin. Has the repel to set up this tower dive with relative ease, and we get first blood coming out for Dignitas. We're going to get a rebate gank coming out from Santorin. Realizes the flash is down for Fudge, so let's make it happen again. Fudge, you're going the wrong way, buddy. Sorry. There's no other express route to the respawn than death itself. Our Mutt will grab that kill.
Yeah, and Fudge is actually just trying to fix the wave, because he realizes that wave can get hard frozen on him, so they're going to burst down that zombie, though. But meanwhile, bot lane.
Going on to Spawn. Spawn's taking a lot of damage. Flashes away to safety. Ignar trying for an engage, but couldn't win out for the Dignitas bot lane.
I love this.
Control ward going to be placed down. Blabber starting up the Drake, has Diplex alongside him, as well as priority from the bot lane of Cloud9.
Yeah, it should be able to do that, no problem. Not really much of a chance of a contest there. Spawn really on the back foot here, you know, down at least 2 full waves. Even after he collects this, he should be down about those 2 full waves. So Blabber going to be able to grab that dragon. Got to hit it one more time. Hey, gets it. Clean secure there.
A lot of investment banking coming out of Dignitas, really trying to make sure that Armat's gonna be okay up there in the top side. But Ultimate coming out from Fudge wants to challenge. 200 health remains on Armat, but Santorin has arrived and wants to bring some backup for his top laner. Spider looking to sink the fangs into Fudge, but the flash will be burnt for safety.
Yeah, and Fudge may have to actually back off. We'll see if they can pull off this dive on the bot side, though. Blabber's going.
Right, Ultimate coming out from Blabber, Berserker, and Sven rotating around the bot of Dignitas, caught out by the bubble, and down Spawn will go. Perfect juggling of the turret aggro. Sven, okay, no one gonna fall for Cloud9.
Yeah, not gonna look for the redive. The hook!
Oh, coming in from Ignar, who will decimate Sven and get something back for Dig.
Not often you see the support get a kill there in the 1v2. Sven just slightly too far forward. A great hook. They're coming out from Ignar.
Let's go.
Pulls him back under the turret, gets himself a kill. It is only the kill going to the support, but still, that looked weird. He like straight bounced off that wall.
Yeah, that was a little bit of Tokyo Drift coming out from Fudge.
Yeah, it looked for a second like he was going to potentially go for an all-in again, but now Blabberson's in trouble.
Ultimate comes out. Santorin does not care. Getting caught out is going to be Jensen. Diplex going hard onto him. Blabber critically low. Santorin with the chase. 100 health remains. Junglers and mid laners dueling it out. Santorin will get the better, though, with one more fang sunk into Blabber. Now Diplex shows up. Wants to clean up the kill, but Armat is there, and Armat has been invested into. So Diplex will give that respect.
Yeah, not going to be able to finish him off. Diplex can't actually get the kill. Going to be trying to poke, slowly chunk him down a little bit there with Armat, and then use the rest of their tools to engage, and they found Blabber now!
Knock up coming onto Blabber. Blabber taking a chunk of health, but the bubble is there. But the hook brings Blabber right back to the fight. Spawn with the ultimate will tear down Blabber. And Dignitas, they're going to take another pick.
Oh, Jensen, though?
Ooh, Jensen gets away from the calling in time. Not going to continue with the dive. Is going to be Cloud9. Dignitas, they're having their way with this map.
Yeah, Dignitas looking really, really good, utilizing the engage that they've drafted, trying to get aggressive here. They do get that kill, but there's some lower health bars on Dignitas' side, and they want to try to fight for this. They're going to push up.
Fudge might go in. He has his ultimate. Teleport coming out. Fudge in the middle of 4 gets blocked out from his escape on the ultimate, but there is Jensen. Emperor's Divide to try and escape. Berserker cannot chase him down, and Fudge is the one in trouble. Decimating Smash to get one knockup, and Cloud9 find the retreat.
Yeah, they are going to be able to get out of there, but at the end of the day...
It would be nice to see Dignitas go for a little bit more right here, because they do have that pick they can work with. Get some early vision into that river. You still have Jensen over towards this bottom side. It looks like Cloud9 will hold control of the river for now.
Yeah, Cloud9 trying to play around these dragons. Maokai really strong in these areas. Just throw those saplings out. He is playing Demonic Embrace, so has a little bit of AP behind him. They want to continue stacking dragons. That's their main advantage. Fudge is just trying to play bodyguard here on the side, but is taking quite a bit of damage that Sven will have to heal it up.
Battle line's drawn right here. Cloud9 looking to turn this game around, but Dignitas have been in the driver's seat for the most part. Diplex waiting for the team fight to go through. Caught out by the cocoon. Pulled back in is Blabber. Tidal Wave comes in too late because Fudge is down. Now Berserker able to get one right back onto Ignar. With that 1-for-1 trade, Fudge for Ignar, and Cloud9 still holds control of the river.
Yeah, they hold control of the river, but they've lost control in mid lane. Sure, you cleared out the wave, but there's still the Herald there, and this charge could be very problematic for them. That tower is incredibly low. They're desperately trying to clear out this mid lane wave so that they can actually move towards that dragon, but they can't really do it just yet. They're going to lose mid.
Now losing mid, Jensen chasing through. Emperor's Divide does not catch out. Another flash comes out in time. Blabber looking for the flank. Retaliation from Cloud9, and here comes Fudge, taking right on in. Spawn low, Spawn goes down, and Sven flashes away. Armat on the retreat, and Cloud9 have something to say about this early lead. They will take it and smash it away from Dignitas.
Cloud9 gets so much back there. The early trade, was top lane for support, which is in the favor of Dignitas, but the problem is top laners can TP, supports don't have it here in this game, so Fudge respawns, he TPs right back in, has a great flank ward, and they're able to get so much with that. Dignitas pushing past that mid-tier 1, not tracking the fact that Fudge...
Take a tower, Sven right there, zoning out with the bubble. This is property, it belongs to us. But for Dignitas, holding steady for the time being. I just keep looking at where Fudge is on the map, always so deep into the jungle of Dignitas currently. Blabber looking for the engage. Here comes Berserker. Calling goes out. Spawn solo and torn apart once again. He doesn't get to play League of Legends, and neither do the rest of Dignitas as they're chased away from the river. And chased away from the team fight outright. Chased away from the Baron. Cloud9 will start it up.
Yeah, they're going to start it up, and Dick, they have to contest. They know this game is getting out of control. Look at that shock blast, half of the HP off Sven. And Jensen is here with ulti. They could make something happen.
Yeah. Armand still has a lot of fight. Ready to bring. Jensen on the other end. Wants to wail away. Back up. Ooh, it is so bad right now. As Berserker will take another, and Cloud9 will take the Red Bull Baron.
But he is very far up, and they could actually look for a collapse. You can see on the map, Cloud9 is coming. They're sending all their members over here, looking to try to corral Armut.
Oh, poor Armut. No, you're far from home, Bell. Oh, God. Oh, God. And it's two beefy boys on top of that. The tankiest members of Cloud9 putting a bouncy house in the bottom lane. Armut goes down, and Cloud9 claim another.
Yeah, going to be able to grab another kill there. Armut was, I want to say, one auto off from killing that tower before the TP completed.
Yeah.
And then he would have been completely fine. But now it's Diplex trying to get revenge for that laning phase.
He wants Jensen, but Jensen will be able to use the Emperor's Divide and stay safe. Use the passive over on this top lane. The passive not going to be for Valentine's Day. I know you love your chocolates. Now here comes the ultimate will follow through. Be the next present from Blabber. In the top side, Diplex fighting out with Armut. Wants to take the 1v1. But doesn't even need to take it. Cloud9 just want to take the base at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Jensen TP's into the fen, but he had to flash out, and now Santorin's in trouble.
Oh, the flash from Santorin keeps him alive. Cocoon lands onto nothing. Teleport coming through from Diplex, coming right off of the respawn, and another inhibitor is forfeit for Dignitas.
Yeah, Berserker, every single time the rapid fire is ready, watch how he steps forward. He gets that E up from Sven, steps forward, looks for a chunk, and he's just constantly poking the Baron kind of as I expected, and probably try to get some vision around that Elder.
Diplex going hard onto Jensen. Chases him back into his base. They don't need the full 5 for this Baron right now. That's how strong Cloud9 are. Even with a 3K lead, so much control coming out. Now Fudge got out topside, has to fight it out with Ignar and Santorin. But again, this is a very, very tanky Scion, and Elise isn't going to bring enough to this battle as the Baron is taken. Now they'll call over Armut, but the rest of Cloud9 have arrived, and they're ready for a fight, baby. Tidal Wave going through. Ignar getting chased by Berserker, who will tear away with the calling and become unstoppable. Now Armut will fight through with Fudge, but Fudge brought more friends to the fight, so Fudge is going to win double kill for Berserker.
Yeah, it's never a fair fight in
Coming
League of
for
Legends.
the end is going to be Cloud9. Dignitas, they won't have Armut. It'll be a 4 versus 5. They want to make a defense, but no, they're definitely not going to make that one with momentum this huge coming out from Cloud9. They're going for the close right now. They'll take down Jensen. Blabber goes on a killing spree. Final inhibitor falls. Next is the Nexus Towers.
Yeah, Cloud9 going to be able to close this one out, looking to move to their 5th win here. Dignitas will remain winless.
Now the closing moments, one more Nexus Tower separating this victory. Berserker dancing around the feathers. Victorious EP Tidal Wave, only to signal the victory of Cloud9, improving to 5-2 on the season.
You almost have too many options to go because you want that Aurelia to get the kill on the Gnar. You also want to help the Akali getting kills on his ear, and bottom lane as well. There's just, every lane is volatile now, so we know we're going to get action. This game is going to be fire.
Also, the last pick of the draft here for TL, Thresh for Core JJ. People love seeing Core JJ on playmakers, on champions that can decide, here is where we go in. This is how we're going to go in. This is where we're going to go in. And Core JJ being able to do that might be the recipe for success for Team Liquid to find their win here. So what I want to ask you guys now is specifically, since we've got the TL versus the CLG war banners here, Whippo, how do you want to see TL approach this early game?
So I actually want to say I really like the fact that... Fantastic, love hearing that. Some Team Liquid fans. Always love to hear that. So I really like the fact that they drafted Ashe phase. Like, they just draft Ashe, they pick Kalista into it, and TL just went like, you know what, you self-counterpick yourself. I'm not even going to put in the effort of counterpicking your support. I'm just going to match Ashe into the Kalista and pick a strong pairing with it. Ashe Thresh is actually one of the strongest lane hitting.
Yoshik's looking for it. Summit still has a little bit of the bar left here. Jumps in, misses the wallop.
Nice dodge.
Dokla with a sidestep. Gets the stun onto Pioshik, can dash back to him, wants to flash away, uses the W to block some damage, but Summit just flings the boomerang for purchase thanks to the extra money that he had from the first blood. Means he's going to have a massive move speed advantage over Dokla, who only has the Vamp Scepter, no level 1 boots or anything, but CLG taking an opportunity to go after the first Drake of the game here. Very fast first Drake. 4-6 already at the point where Akali has hit the growth spurt that you were talking about. So there is that kill pressure. Palafox could go for that, but down here in bottom lane, it's CoreJJ getting the hook onto Poom. Yon following it up with a nice arrow, but CLG is ready to completely fight this out because they have backup. They've got more men, and they get their first kill of the game.
It was actually until... But they do have the support roam early, and AD carry is coming, so...
Poom has ultimate.
3k health on the Rifto. They might just be helping them.
Eyeballs exposed. This will be the last eyeball proc that happens. Rift Herald running out of patience now. Regenerates a little bit. Still at about 2,000 HP. CLG looking
bottom lanes are coming.
Oh, one more eyeball does actually open. Arrow from across the map finds Palafox. Flash from CoreJJ to follow it up with the chain CC. Beautifully done from Team Liquid.
At least something in return for this Herald. So incredibly aggressive, constantly contesting people, and it was working out. As you can see, Irelia trying to be a little more aggressive.
Ooh, nice arrow from Yon here in bottom lane. Follow up from TL. Can't go after Kallista's support, though. That ulti, get out of jail free card.
Yeah, I love that. True support for Boom flashes in to block it, and here's that dive you were talking about. Guess what?
Honestly, beautifully played by Dokla. Something to mention there is he burns the flash, burns the ultimate, ult to put...
Hold on, boys. We got another fight down here in bottom lane. It's Yon under pressure as Luger and Poom are looking for it, but when Pioshik shows up, Luger has to flash away back underneath the turret to stay safe. Heal used by Yon. Exhaust.
Harry's coming too. Azir roam bottom.
Yep, there's more plays to be made. TL still thinking about it, but with a TP showing up from CLG, they're going to back of a man who's done both before, as CLG are going for the second Rift Herald of the game. Remember, the first one was used top to grab 2 plates for Dokla, as well as provide enough damage to knock down that first turret of the game. They're going to grab this second one now. We'll see where they want to use that. Of course, this does open up an opportunity for Team Liquid to grab their first Drake, stop CLG's Drake stacking potential win condition there, and it looks like Pioshik and Yon are going to go forward with that, as Summit applies pressure to the bottom lane tier 1.
Yeah, honestly, I think Team Liquid can be pretty happy to get the dragon here at least and stop that, but it does mean you're giving up in trade for it. Rift Herald number 2, which completely one-shots this side turret, and those things are worth a lot of gold, especially the 2 side ones here. 500 extra local.
Pioshik's burst, and then Pioshik also has the disengage in the form of CoreJJ, so both sides having enough backup that nobody wants to fully commit, but now they're ready to go on Luger. Remember, he doesn't have the cleanse. He had to use it on the arrow earlier, so there's no way for him to get out of this. 1v3, you're not getting out anyway, so a nice pickup for TL.
Not bad.
All right, I'm looking forward now to this CLG mid-game plan that should be very side lane heavy.
Okay.
And they're calling multiple members down to Dokla again.
Yeah, and they're just following this up, exploding Summit before he has the chance to even transform. They're playing around Dokla, they're enabling this Irelia, and they really want to keep this train rolling as Harry shows up with a TP to make sure that they cannot continue taking the tier 1
flash. So that's really unfortunate because next file, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill again.
Yeah, I mean, CLG have... Oh, never mind. Done.
Dokla going in very early onto Harry here, but Harry's got backup, and Dokla has to flash away trying to stay alive. Arrow flies in, but doesn't quite hit the mark. Pioshik's got the slow, and Harry's got the damage. Team Liquid got the kill.
Good call on
the pit right now. They do have that Scuttlecrab vision secured to the side of CLG, but it's only going to last a few seconds longer. CLG grouping up, coming together. They're going to move for the Drake. Pioshik and the rest of Team Liquid ready to contest. Dokla arriving on the flank. CLG go in for the fight. The Drake is still at 6,000. It's no danger of being bursted down just yet. Poom goes in, finds a stun on 2. Palafox ready for the follow-up here, goes after Harry. Contract's very low, barely walks away from it. Palafox still wants to find the kill into Harry, but Dokla's already killed off Yon. Palafox drops. Team Liquid has taken down 1 for 1, and CLG is backing away. The health bars are low, and CoreJJ goes in to make it happen. Summit flies over the top, but Dokla's ready to fight back. It's big Dokes, baby! He picks up 2, he picks up 3, he absolutely smears Team Liquid all over the floor!
That's Dokla Irelia for you! Summit's the only one left alive, he can't steal their dragon, and CLG pull out a massive team fight. Big Dokes putting them on his back. This is why they are so confident in him on this pick. It is such an individual pick. You know, not that many LCS top laners will play it on stage. A lot will play it in scrims. But he makes it happen in the Dragon fight, and that will be Baron on top of it. So many rewards for that outplay.
They go for the Baron here, so before we review the last game, we're gonna have to see if they can actually get this and get out, because someone is TPing in with Mega. All Flash is practically burned from the last fight, but it does look like they're gonna be able to get it.
They might lose a man or two here. We'll see if Team Liquid's able to collapse in time. Palafox still back in the pit. Gonna be slammed into the wall from the Gnar ulti, but it's Akali. She's very mobile, very nimble, able to escape. And so CLG, they get a massive team fight win. They get themselves the soul point. They collect the Baron, and they do it all without anybody getting picked off on the end.
Everyone killed, masterfully played by Palafox, and obviously in the 1v3 earlier, Dokkalig managed to turn around the team fight and win. So really lovely stuff to see. This is the scariest thing about playing these champions on stage. You mentioned a lot of people scrim with them, but on stage, LTR comes out.
Forcing the cleanse out of Lugerus. Here he goes in. Ends up shuffling everybody else back. Contract stuck in the middle. Has to flash to make room for the Vault Breaker to disengage. Again, it's CLG without Dokla, so they got to be careful here. Luger and Poom still off to the side. Summit looking to chase him out. Contracts being kept out of the fight again by Pioshik. And Team Liquid finds a way to force 5v4, go in and grab the turret.
Ooh.
But Palafox is looking for Yawn. CoreJJ with a nice disengage, playing him back. But Dokla's ready to enter. All they're trying to do is keep Team Liquid around long enough for Dokla to show up, and he's into the back line. He drops the ulti, and Luger drops Summit. CoreJJ's the sacrificial lamb, and Dokla sends him out to pasture. CLG find 2 more.
Honestly, masterfully played by Credit as well, onto one of the carries of TL to get enough gold to really turn this game around, as they are staring down a Cloud Soul. Not the scariest Dragon Soul, but still a pretty nice one for all these flanking champions trying to get in the middle.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a huge win for CLG, and my eyes are just glued to the minimap. Everybody's looking at Dokla. Everybody in the game this whole year.
I wanted to highlight Contractor's Vi play this game. I actually think it's very hard to play a hard engaged, committing champion like Vi and not die a single time while still picking fights. Because he's been the main engage the majority of the game. Spoom gets caught warding all out by himself. No Callisto's in range.
Yeah, that was
Rest in peace.
unideal.
Yeah, it was close on screen, almost in range there towards the end, but not quite enough.
As the Baron gets started up. Gonna see, I actually think they're going to commit to this Baron. They feel the pressure to make something happen to turn this game around.
Contracts could potentially steal. Palafox coming in on the flank. Dokla has teleported. Team Liquid has a 5v4, but they got to be careful. Contracts already ready to engage, and Team Liquid has to fall back. Summit's ready to transform, but into the back line goes Palafox. He's going to be taken low, taken down. Team Liquid, they're cutting him off. They're burying him. It's a shutdown back over to Yawn. They've taken out the Irelia. The king is dead, and Palafox died with them. Now CLG has to deal with a 3v5 scenario. CoreJJ is very low. He's trying to just skirt the edges of this, be able to save somebody with a lantern if needed. Poom's got flash, Poom's got ulti. Contract still looking for a steal. Poom goes in. Summit tanks a lot of damage there. Baron's down to 3k. Contract's over the wall. Thinking about the Vault Breaker, goes in towards Pioshik. They want to focus Contract. He steals the Baron. CLG just stop them in their tracks. Pioshik still tries to fight a little bit longer. Contracts wants to get away. Aftershock keeps him protected. He shouldn't die to this. Pioshik keeps going in, but Luger's ready to go right back at him. CoreJJ drop. Luger's finding more. Contracts in the front line with a stasis to buy time. And CLG and Luger makes pin cushions out of them.
Oh my God, CLG 3 members. They steal the Baron, they clean the team fight, and they wipe the TL base.
Man,
You can tell, because I know you've been there too, as a jungler, you just get smite stolen against. You know, Pioshik was enraged, so he chased them into the enemy jungle.
I was about to say, I felt like he was just mad.
Yeah, you're just pissed.
Oh, we're 3v5, why is this guy in the pit next to me?
How do you dare you do this on stage?
Our Nexus!
Oh. Summit versus everybody on CLG. Palafox just cuts him down. CLG know they only have a few seconds left before the respawns start coming in, so they want to finish this game off pretty quick. CoreJJ is the only man standing, throws out the box. Contracts and Poom and Luger trying to put some more DPS into the Nexus. Yes, Dokla finally dies with the fountain laser, but it's CLG starting off super weak with a dub. that you say they don't have to go from minute 0, but they also can't be falling behind, because if you get to the point where hey, we got our first item, we're 2,000 gold behind.
Yeah.
What do we do?
And I really want to talk up Spica, because Spica has been such an integral part of
first 3 weeks of the LCS here in spring 2023.
80 carries,
4 of those.
Glory.
Yeah, I mean, hey, this guy's deserving of a lot of that glory, though.
Certainly is.
A standout performer. Solo laner's hitting level 6. Jungler's around 4 and 5. Maybe we get some action here in bottom lane. Spica's thinking about it. Flash!
Whoa!
Follows him all the way back underneath the turret, and they're ready to follow up here with a Xayah Rakan. Tactical is first blooded, and Spica is once again the best kind of enabler for FlyQuest.
So much work for this FlyQuest squad. There's a lot of stars. It's a star-studded lineup here. But he's done a really good job with the utility, and now he's going mid.
Oh, Vikla about to get solo killed by a Blaze Olive. Yes, he will. It ends up getting traded because a Blaze Olive has to stay underneath the turret with Spica approaching.
Herald, and a Blaze does not have teleport, so it's a 2v3. Spica says, thank you for the leash, buddy.
Ooh, TY for leash in the all chat is always the best feeling if you're on the sending.
Yeah, I know that feeling, though, for Kenvi. You know, it's like, you just hope you can get away with it.
Twisted advance ready to go. Immortals is going to take the opportunity to grab themselves that first Drake on the opposite side of the map, so it is what I predicted. We're going to get a trade of neutral objectives at the start of the game. Where do you want to see this Herald
Blaze Olive as well.
I really like this Crown of the Shattered Queen purchase from Vikla, as Prince decides to go in for the fight, and the follow-up's right there from Winsome. Fleshy's gonna burn away, as Tactical wants to get one back into the FlyQuest AD carry, and he's found it. But now the culling won't be able to deal enough damage. Envy's gonna show up, try to keep Tactical alive here. Winsome jumps right back in for a grand entrance and a grand display here with a double kill. Envy wants to chase him down, pick this one back up, get Immortals their 3rd kill, and he'll do that. All 4 bottom laners dead in what became a 2v3.
Good, as it should be. Attempt to get a really big blade collar.
Oh boy, we are just going straight in for the dive here. Impact using the all-out to get himself away from the turret aggro. They end up getting the kill. They get everybody away. Vikla's going to disengage a Blaze Olive, but he wants to re-engage now and keep chasing these guys down. Once he steps out of the smoke, he'll have to be a little bit more careful. Impact jumps back in. He wants to go after a Blaze. Not a lot of cooldowns left on the Akali, but he's got plenty of burst, plenty of damage, or does he? No way! FlyQuest just smack him in the mouth. 50 health left. I'm not going to blame you for going after it, but FlyQuest had the coordination to shut it down. Uh-oh. All out. Impact's ready to go all in here for the fight. 1v1 against Revenge. Dominus, is it enough? Yes, they're going to lock him down, and Kenvi shows up to save the day.
Kenvi saves the day for Revenge, and Prince being pretty wealthy.
Prince at 162 farm, currently the highest in the game, tied with Revenge, who just hit that same mark, as it's going to be another dragon, this time going over to the side of FlyQuest, and it's Immortals taking the Rift Herald on the other side. So again, trading these neutral objectives as they make it easier for him to face check rushes, take some damage, and continue to stay out there with the team as well. Impact and Revenge getting in a 1v1, but we got a 3v3 back here in mid. Kenvi's just going to be focused here at the very start. Culling from Tactical doesn't get a whole lot done at all, and Prince shreds through that health sponge that is Kenvi. FlyQuest pick up 1 in the mid lane. Meanwhile, down here in bottom, they're looking to make it a 2nd. Revenge goes over the wall looking for the blast cone, but Impact ready to stay right on top of him. Revenge keeps on running. Impact needs to close a little bit more distance. Wants to prime the Q on the Gromp, so he's got the Q3 ready to go. Juggles him right on back and cooks him up. Spica gets the kill credit, and back in mid, Tactical and Fleshy now have to try to defend. Spica wrapping around from the side. First turret falls. Tactical dashes in to grab a little bit of damage onto Spica, but FlyQuest just continues building the lead. 4K at 19.
Play all 3 lanes, pressure Immortals as heavily as you can. They're going to teleport, double teleport flank.
Man, that blade collar just cut him up. Tactical goes over the wall, but he still drops. Now you got a Blaze Olive in the middle of everybody on FlyQuest. 1, 2, 3, line them up, knock them down, and move on over to Baron. It's way too easy for FlyQuest.
Yeah, that was definitely a knockout. Double teleport from the side lanes. Didn't even see how it started out, the engage onto Prince.
Gold lead even further, almost 7,000 now 24 minutes into the game. Hard to imagine a way that Immortals can really come back into this one, barring a FlyQuest conga line down mid for 2 or 3 respawns in a row. But Immortals are going to try to dig in, try to defend what they can here. Kenby throws out the ulti. He finds Spica. It's not going to do a whole lot. The counterattack from FlyQuest is ready to go as Impact approaches on the flank. He's going to keep Tactical out of the fight. Just jumps into the middle of everybody. And there goes your shuffle. And there goes Immortals. FlyQuest just slam them in that fight, and they got 5v3 here for the next 35 seconds. Prince goes up into the ulti.
Split pushing right now. You can see top lane, but FlyQuest have so much damage. I don't even know if Akali gets to get up to the turret, much less take a side turret for an objective bounty.
Yeah. Baron might be gone, but FlyQuest don't even need it. Kenby's here on the front line. He's going to be the target at the very beginning. Normally, you don't want to start off going through the tank, but FlyQuest, man, they're so far ahead. Kenby's taken low, but he ain't dead yet. A Blaze Olive jumps in, but he has to immediately jump right back out. Impact nearly killed off by the Culling. Tactical trying to defend. Revenge is dead. It's FlyQuest now looking for more as Vikla jumps forward, turns toward Tactical. Soldiers catch him for one last stab there at the very end. Impact went back to base. Now he's going to use the teleport to make sure that minion stays alive long enough to force down the first Nexus turret. FlyQuest look like they want to end just right here. A Blaze Olive jumps in the middle of everybody, immediately dropping the stasis so he stays alive. Kenby's your next target. Impact not afraid to soak the damage from the turret even further. Gets a shield, jumps right back out of the aggro range. Winsome and Prince just killing him on the steps of their own fountain. Tactical nearly dead there, doesn't quite fall, but the Nexus is exposed. Immortals are trapped in the fountain. And FlyQuest is just trying to pad the stats a little bit more, get some more of those player of the game, player of the week, get some more statues, man. A Blaze Olive, Tactical, Immortals, they can't get out of the fountain. FlyQuest are just messing with them. Come on, boys, how long is this gonna take? Spica fires off the ulti there, locks down a couple. Not quite enough damage, the Nexus falls. FlyQuest remains undefeated.
Which I assume is what you're going to play into Renekton. AP is a little harder.
Okay.
So you have to use the Renekton ultimate to gain advantages slowly. So you just pop it in lane, you show up, and you pop it to chunk him, and then you gain the Fury as you're just laning, and eventually you accrue a large gold lead because Gragas can't keep up with sustain because Renekton's ultimate.
You're sitting there for so long.
I don't know if that's how pigs work, dude.
Who knew?
Both junglers are really interested in finding these level 3 ganks. It's 3 minutes and they've only done 3 camps.
Closer's ready, finds the Q over the wall. Another auto attack will do it. And Double Lip gets excited for first blood. They're going to get one back in mid lane with money going over to JoJo with a kill on Bjergsen.
Again, super patient by both junglers. You know, it's a bit painful for me to see. Like I said, I jungled a little bit, and seeing both junglers show up with 12 CS at 20 almost? Painful, really. That said, it does pay off in this case, and you're very scared of dying.
We may have a roam timer for that silence.
Boy,
Is that a 4-man play bottom lane at minute 5?
Inspired and JoJo are ready to go. Double Lip's got no way out. JoJo getting his second kill of the match.
It's still a very stable game. Everyone's about equal in CS, you know, 5 to 10 difference here or there, but other than that, pretty much a very well-matched game, despite that there have been some very aggressive ganks and creative opportunities. And it looks like EG is going to try and break open the game here, which I do think is necessary.
Oh, nicely done. Double Lip gets rooted up. The damage comes through, but Boostio's got some healing ready to go for him. Double Lip survives, but EG is not done yet. Double Lip flashing away as JoJo's ready to go. Just jumps right on top of him, knocks them all down. EG.
Use your Glacial Prison to chunk him out there and set up the kill because he knows JoJo's wrapping around.
Meanwhile, back in mid, 100 Thieves are finally ready to answer the JoJo problem, and it's Bjergsen walks up to try to tank it here for a little bit as Someday trades back and forth with Tenacity and Busio nearby. Closer goes in for the engage and he finds the enemy support. Tenacity's disengage is enough to get Busio away for now. He'll live with 300 HP back underneath the turret. Evil Genius is now going to go back to the Herald. And
because not every champion really enjoys points in every single skill. Azir, for example, points in E, it's not a huge deal. It's nice, but it doesn't
for that Herald. As Tenacity and Closer are going to step up. Someday waited in the brush the entire time. Closer just face checks it, survives a long time. Finally dropped. Someday's very low, but the Super Mega Death Rocket will not be able to finish him off. 100 Thieves now backing away, having lost their jungler. No real way to contest this. And they lose a man. Inspired. And it means they're going to equalize the Drake count, stop the 100 Thieves dragon stacking. 3,500 gold lead. Now they're going to take the blue buff too, and they're not done yet. Closer wants to get away as Busio flashes out. The lockdown comes in. He slams him into the dirt with his own ultimate. 6-2. The geniuses are looking good.
This has been a brutal last 3-minute sequence, Flowers, from Evil Geniuses. They get the kill on Herald, they get the Herald, then they steal the Dragon, and they get the chase down kill, plus the mid turret.
And they got the blue with the Luxel, so that's salt in the wound. I will have to say I'm quite disappointed in the way 100 Thieves have been playing this mid-game. I do think they should have been trading sides and getting gold, getting towers, just give it you don't have to give it away for free, right? You're trying to get gold onto these carries, Jinx and Azir as beautiful steal there.
Yeah. We mentioned how important it is to get the early Rod of Ages, so there's even more inherent value in there because of the time that he got the early gold.
How many dollars did he earn from it?
Oh boy, I don't know if we have time to ask questions anymore because they're going in on closer. FBI wants to put some distance between himself and the jungler and puts a bullet in his head at the same time. Tenacity getting chased down. He's off the side and alone. He gets enough distance between himself and Inspired to not be stunned by the E. The stacks fall off, but Inspired and FBI are still chasing him down. W2 is going to connect as Tenacity gets away, but he immediately walks into a ward, decides to teleport away. It's going to cost a summoner spell. It does keep him alive. That's about the best they can hope.
Absolutely. Hitting the front line of EG is going to be the only way to win. 400 Thieves' composition. No one else can really dive in other than Vi, so the best way to use her is to CC the front line. Still doesn't have Radiant Virgin. Like I mentioned, Infinity Edge and Deathcap are completed. We're starting the Baron. Now's our time to fight. Jinx flashes back up. We don't care. We've got enough money to cover that.
100 Thieves, they recognize something's up. Closer's gonna lead the charge over towards the Baron pit. Jojo teleported into the topside river. Vulcan's gonna get jumped on by Closer, but Vulcan has Crown of the Shattered Queen. He can't be bursted down. Closer trying to get away. Ace in the Hole's gonna take him low, and Jojo's already killed Double Lip with the AD carry out of the picture. Evil geniuses have to have surely
Dragon. Closer, though, gonna sneak in.
Closer's thinking about stealing this one away. He knows 100 Thieves is pretty far behind, and a Miracle Steal could be what they need to get back into the game. Bjergsen has to flash to escape the binding from Vulcan that would have connected with him. 100 Thieves have to walk away as
all funneling in towards Dragon like they want to contest.
Oh, and they find Bjergsen and just delete him. Now I don't know what else they're going to be able to do. Jojo goes into stasis. Doublelift arms the chompers. Does he have the damage? No! Jojo with a Kingslayer buys enough time as Doublelift tries to kite it out, but it's a double kill back over to Someday.
They've been in control the entire time. They know exactly what their win con is. They know how to play the fights. And actually, I'm quite a little bit disappointed about 100 Thieves in the sense that, like, I feel like there's been a lot of hesitation on their side. I feel like if they had just
Gragas, it was Tenacity.
Not the ideal situation. They're going in after Jojo. This could be a big pick here for the side of 100 Thieves. Slow down the EG War Machine a little bit, and Doublelift's getting the money.
all 300 instead of 7.
They're taking the
I think they're going to try to take 2 towers here. I actually think they're going to drop their inhibitor, and I don't know if EG is going to be okay with that. I think they're looking for more. Yeah, they called bluff right there.
Yeah.
Jinx isn't here, you've got no damage. We're going more.
This feels wacky a little bit. First Nexus turret. There it goes. Drops to the Enchanted Cannon minion. 100 Thieves, they got a 5v4, but they can't just run straight into Evil Geniuses. They're still so far ahead. They're seeing if there's any way to maybe catch a straggler here, but they're not going to get it. So 100 Thieves, yes, they take the one turret in mid lane, but they lose a lot for it. Tenacity wants to flank. He's coming with the teleport. Closer's looking for the angle on Vulcan and FBI if he can find it. FBI is going to be juggled around with the damage over the wall from Busio and Bjergsen. FBI's killed off Closer, but he's going to be traded back. Now Jojo's ready to join the fight. Vulcan's laser hits no one. Someday, keeping everybody distracted for now. We got ourselves a 4v4. Jungle dead for 100 Thieves, 80 carry. Dead for Evil Geniuses, and EG's gonna walk
secure a reset. As 100, EG forces the Baron and tries to flank them.
EG's forcing the Baron on top of a control ward from 100 Thieves, so the Thieves are aware of what's going on. Bjergsen, half HP, chunked out a little bit there. Evil Geniuses using the Caitlyn traps to set up a defensive perimeter and keep 100 Thieves away from this Baron. It's still at about 7,000 HP. Couple more seconds going to be required to burn it down all the way. Jojo wants to be able to keep Closer out of the pit. Closer's ready to go in and challenge. Jojo's taken low, but the Baron is secured by EG. Nice rocket timing from Doublelift to kill off the enemy mid laner. 100 Thieves have lost the objective, but
this little pick that they were able to get off, because I don't know if Evil Geniuses are going to be able to make that Baron buff worthwhile. 100 Thieves, pretty happy with it. Now
they're looking for more.
Can they get the flank?
I like this. Well, the 80 carry.
Oh, there it is! FBI!
I love their
What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Inspired now having to just try to get away out of the other end of the fight. FBI survives. Still
7,000 gold, but they are the underdogs in the team fight scenario.
And I think Whippo described it perfectly earlier, talking about how EG has not really done a lot in the later stages of the game. Speaking of which, this is now our longest game of the split at 44 minutes and 44 seconds. Evil Geniuses is pushing into the base of 100 Thieves as 100 Thieves goes after the Baron. Inspired wants to try to stop it, try to steal it, just try to buy a little bit more time. The Baron's going to be secured, but EG just wants to win the game. They take out the enemy mid. They're going straight for the Nexus. We waited 44 minutes for that.